free and confidential.
Perfect, perfect. And there are different ways to reach 988, right?
Yes, 988, or you can text 988, and there is also the online chat feature, which is 988lifeline.org.
Wonderful. Maria, thank you so much for joining us today. The 988 number is a brand new number that is going to save lives and help you and your friends and family through crisis. Thank you for joining us today. Maria, thank you for coming and being here and joining us, and we'll catch you later. Thank you.
Your communications coordinator for the City of Maricopa. I'm joined with Nathan Steele, the director of our Economic Development Department, and we're here at Sonoran Creek Marketplace, where the options here are getting a little sweeter with the opening of Crumble Cookie here in the City of Maricopa. So thank you for joining us, Nathan. Tell us what goes into the back end. Some of our people might not know how to get one of these popular franchises here in our community.
Yeah, well, all of this is years in the making, frankly, and not just with Crumble, but when you look at all of the tenants that are coming to Sonoran Creek and across the entire city, all of it is years in the making that starts with the landowners, the property owners, the developers, as well as all of the city planners and economic development professionals getting together to make these deals work, make these packages work. When it comes to individual tenants like Crumble, like Mod, like Jimmy John's, like ATI, and all the others here in Sonoran Creek, they're looking at the overall growth of the city. They love seeing the new homes. They love seeing the apartments. They want that diversity of housing because they know that's what's going to produce the workforce housing that they need. Everyone is always asking me, and as part of my job, I'm talking to developers and retailers on a daily basis. And one of the questions these groups are always asking me is, where are my employees going to live? And they love seeing that we're building new homes, building new rooftops daily. All right, and that's what's bringing these businesses in. And I'll tell you, it's not going to stop with these. There's more and more talks we're having, more and more users coming. That's super exciting. If we look at more of Sonoran Creek, this is just some of the more and more ones that are going to be coming. Take a look at Sprouts. You see all of those inline shops with a restaurant on the end cap, and Marshall's is going to be on the other end cap. And then just as this building over here that has Mod Pizza, Crumble, Jimmy John's, and ATI has multiple tenants, this other building under construction is another multi-tenant building where you can expect several more shops to join the Maricopa family.
Wow, that's an incredibly expansive addition to our community. It's a very exciting time to be a resident of Maricopa. Hey, for more information on what's new and coming here in your community, check out what'snewmaricopa.com.
Two-year-old Mia Preston is the picture of unbridled joy.
Oh, that's pretty. It's so pretty. Swimming.
This picture shows Mia gliding with an ear-to-ear grin during her first swim lesson. It's an image Mia's mother can cherish forever, especially when she compares it against the one taken just 43 days earlier.
They say it takes 21 seconds for a child to go unconscious in the water.
For Mia, those seconds of misfortune happened while her family was on vacation. She was playing with her siblings when, in a moment of distraction, Mia slipped out a back door and fell into the pool.
She basically drowned. My husband had to pull her out of the pool and administered CPR.
Mia's father continued that CPR for over 20 minutes until paramedics arrived and got Mia's heart beating again on its own. But Mia's battle was just beginning. She would spend 9 days in the ICU, 9 days during which her parents not only didn't know whether she'd survive, but also if she'd ever be the same.
Who's that? Yeah. Who's that, Mia? Who's that? Who's that? Masha Bear. Masha Bear.
Masha Bear. Should we open it? Run. They come back and hide.
Against the odds, Mia's condition improved, and miraculously, she's now on the road to a full recovery, a road that included a quick return to the water.
As soon as Mia got out of the hospital, the first thing I wanted to do was get her back into the water because she loved swimming, and we were really nervous that this accident would have prevented her from probably ever swimming again.
The more frequent outcome is a story that's become far too familiar for Arizona families, and one the city of Maricopa is determined to rewrite with a program called Maricopa Swims Safe in the Water.
The Maricopa Swim Safe in the Water program is designed for kids, and essentially the purpose of that is to start teaching kids at an early age how to be able to assist themselves in the instance that they fall into the water.
Suspended during the pandemic, the program is now making a comeback. Participating elementary schools bus first graders to Copper Sky for their immersive classes.
This is 4 45-minute sessions. The first 10 minutes we go over talking about water safety and going through our Safety Ranger program. And then we spend the rest of the time in the water going from not being comfortable to put their face in the water to being able to jump in the deep end, float on their back, and get out of the water safely.
The goal is to eventually expand the program throughout the district and invite charter schools into the pool as well. In order to get there, the community has the chance to suit up.
We can't do it without instructors, and we pay pretty decent, and it's a lot of fun. You get a free Copper Sky membership. We can't do these programs without instructors, so I hope anybody seeing this that has 3 or 4 hours open in their morning or early afternoon could come by and learn how to be an instructor.
Knowing that what I'm doing is ultimately going to help them in the long run, there's no better feeling like it.
A feeling of satisfaction for instructors and a sense of security for families like the Prestons, who found in Mia's story a new conviction for these life-saving skills.
CPR certification and swim safety with lessons is like, that's all we could advocate. We'll use her platform and her story to sell that for the rest of our lives.
Swimming.
In case you pull something.
Hold on!
Go. Hey Maricopa, it's me, Sergeant Hal Cruiser. I'm here with my friends here at the police department. We've got a brand new tool that's going to help our officers out on the street keep everybody safe. It's called a Bolo Wrap.
We're implementing Bolo Wrap for the first time at MPD. It's a new technology that doesn't use pain compliance to work. It prevents us from using taser, baton, pepper spray, which are pain compliance tools, and we're excited to be using it. It wraps around a person, takes a Kevlar cable with hooks on the end, kind of like Spider-Man, wraps a person up so they can't take a step, they can't move their arm.
This is our faith, and we will overcome. No, we don't play. Whoa, whoa. So walk with the grace. You got to pay the price. No time to waste. Whoa, we will overcome.
Hey, I'm Nathan Oliet, Community Services Director for the City of Maricopa, and I'm here today at the first ever in the state of Arizona fitness court that was really brought to you in part, largely in part, by Global Water through one of their sponsorships. And we're just here today to talk about what an incredible thing it was that Global Water decided to do 3 years ago
It's through sponsorships, especially with Global Water and their significant contribution, that we're able to really expand on the entertainment side of things and also on activities that are available. We've expanded from 3 signature events to 5. We added the Copa Glow, which is the hot air balloon festival. And also, we have an event that is coming up in just a few weeks, our multicultural event. And for example, we are able, based upon the generosity of Global Water and their sponsorship, we're able to bring in some entertainment acts. We've got Polynesian dancers lined up. We're working on some Congo and steel drum performances. So it's those types of things that those extra dollars help to not only expand the events, but bring more events and bring entertainment to those events.
We are the first city to have a recreational esports program. We won the 2020 Arizona Parks and Recs Association Award for Best Sports Program. Global Water's contribution gives us the funds to start this program, which we have over 400 unique players that have enrolled in the program so far. It also allowed us to switch to an online platform once the pandemic hit. So we were able, about 120 people signed up online, and they were able to participate in our online programming, and it was awesome. If there was a timing to prove the value of this program and the versatility, it was then. The pandemic hits, the coaches already were like, let's just switch it online. Within the next weekend, everybody else was locking down. We had 22 people in our tournament. It's a way for kids that are good at video games to be competitive at something
For being here this evening. We will go ahead and start our regular City Council meeting of March 7th, 2023. At this time, we'll call the meeting to order. I would like to invite Pastor Ben Grower to provide the invocation from Church of Celebration, and then after which we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance given to us by Councilmember Lehrman. Please rise if you're able.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we want to start tonight just by thanking you for this city that we call home. This city where we live and work and play and learn and grow. This city where we raise our kids, where we put down roots for our family, where we make memories. So it's for that reason, when I think of the city of Maricopa, I don't think, first of all, of buildings or budgets or infrastructure or as important as those things are. God, I think of the people that you love, the people that you care for, the people that you created. I think of friends and family and neighbors and coworkers. God, I think of our humble city servants. Tonight, God, we want to thank you for our city council, for our mayor, for all the staff, and our first responders that make this city so great, this city that we call our home. God, we want to pray your blessing, your protection over them. God, we want to pray that your hand of favor continues to rest on them and that they would be blessed as they are a blessing to us. Father God, you know that we are gathered here tonight to prepare and to plan and to dream for our city, for what lies ahead, for the obstacles that we face, and to dream for a great future for our city. And God, with that, we know sometimes that means making hard choices. It means having hard conversations. And so if there's one thing we could ask of you tonight, God, it would be for wisdom. God, your word promises us that if any of us need wisdom, all we have to do is ask it from you. You are the source of all wisdom, and your wisdom never runs out. It never runs dry. And so, God, we humbly ask here for every person in this room that as we seek the greater good of our city, that you would give us the strength and the wisdom and the courage to discern what is best for all of Maricopa. God, we thank you that you are here with us. We thank you that you were here before we even walked in the door tonight. God, we know there's no place on this planet where you are not, but God, we ask that we would feel your presence here in this place. We love you, Jesus. We pray this in your name. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you, Pastor Ben, and thank you, Councilmember Lehrman. That'll take us to roll call.
Councilmember Gettle.
Here.
Councilmember Lehrman. Councilmember Manfredi.
Here.
Councilmember Marsh.
Here.
Councilmember Wade.
Here.
Vice Mayor Vitiello. Mayor Smith.
Here.
Madam Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. That'll take us to proclamations. We have 3 items tonight. You can always tell because the room is packed. And our first, a very important one, is the swearing in of our new chief. So I'd invite the chief and the council to come in and swear this man in so he can't leave Maricopa.
No intention of leaving.
Yeah, I know. Just teasing.
Are you ready?
Ready, Judge.
I,
Mark Goodman,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
and the laws
of
the State of Arizona, that I will bear true faith
and
allegiance to the same,
and
defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties as Chief of Police for the City of Maricopa according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Thank you, everyone, for.
You can turn that mic around and face them if you'd like.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you to all my department members for being here. Good evening, Mayor Smith, Vice Mayor Vitiello, and honorable members of the City Council. I'm honored and humbled to have been selected to serve as the police chief for the Maricopa Police Department. I'd like to take a moment to thank my wife, Victoria. She's right there. There she is. I'd like to take a moment to thank my wife, Victoria, my 3 daughters, and the rest of my family in supporting me throughout my law enforcement career. Without them, I would not be here tonight with all of you. I'd also like to thank City Manager Rick Horst and the members of the executive leadership team for entrusting me with the police department. I firmly believe that people choose to live, send their children to school, establish businesses, and play in cities based on safety. Through community partnerships and relationships, the Maricopa Police Department will ensure public safety for those who live, work, and play in this city, and will be an integral part of unlocking the full potential of the city of Maricopa. Again, thank you for the opportunity to serve. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.
If the officers would like to come forward and be part of the leadership, please, you're welcome to do so.
Chief, can we have you in the center? And then if you guys want to come up around the side of him, and then we'll have the officers fill in. Huh? All right, everybody's looking here. Can you 3 slide in closer? All right, everybody look here. 1, 2, 3. Everybody look here. 1, 2.
Who brought her? Can we get a couple pictures? Thank you.
Exciting times. We're so glad that he's with us, and I believe that he'll provide just wonderful leadership for the city of Maricopa and keep us in the top 5 of the safest cities. I would like to invite up, the first proclamation is for the Lions Club, Sherry Mossing, and the rest of you. Please, come all join. Absolutely. While they're coming up, Sherry is the vice president. Is that? Oh, she doesn't know what she is, but my notes say she's the vice. I'm calling her the vice president.
I'm chairperson of the Vision and Hearing.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So this proclamation came to my office because of the wonderful work that the Lions Club is currently doing in the city of Maricopa, and you wouldn't know about it unless we did a proclamation. And so I think it's really important to acknowledge a group like this, and after I read the proclamation, you'll understand why. Whereas the human eye is complex enough to demand specialized attention from experts in the field and are one of the few organs very sensitive to exposure and can be damaged if not taken care of properly. And whereas the oldest accounts of eye care and treatment come from ancient Egypt in 1500 BC, which laid the foundation of ophthalmology, where later scientists from Europe developed modern medical sciences which deal in eye care and treatment of eye diseases, which is especially important for children. And whereas children are susceptible to a host of vision and eye problems such as injury, infection, and increased nearsightedness, common vision disorders in children include lazy eye, crossed eye, and refractive error, including myopia, hyperopia, and astigmatism. And whereas vision plays a critical role in children's physical, cognitive, and social development, yet up to 1 in 5 young children has an undiagnosed vision disorder, which, if left uncorrected, can impair child development and interfere with learning. And whereas the City of Maricopa Lions Club has made it their goal to highlight and address the diverse and critical vision and eye health needs of children, to improve outcomes through advocating for a proper continuum of care. And whereas the City of Maricopa Lions Club generously provided vision tests in 2022, wait for it, for 6,345 children in our community. Now you know why I had to come forward. Now, therefore, I, Nancy Smith, the mayor of Maricopa, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2023 as March Lions Club Month in appreciation and recognition for all they have done for the city of Maricopa with regards to vision for our children. I've given her a couple minutes to say a few words.
It'll be quick.
Okay.
Okay. The Maricopa Lions Club was chartered in 2015. We started with a few hundred vision screenings and have since branched out to perform vision and hearing screenings. This last year in 2022, we did over 12,000 screenings here in the city of Maricopa. We go wherever we're asked to screen. Preschools, schools, senior center, we did do the senior center here, and also community events. As a vision and hearing impaired person myself, I'm honored on behalf of the Maricopa Lions Club that you have chosen to proclaim March as Maricopa Lions Club Month. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So, here's all my team.
I'm guessing. There's a few of them. There's not too many.
Oh, don't forget this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here. You need an eyeball.
Oh, cool. Thank you. All right, this one is special as well. I'd like to invite up Lucinda and Rob Boyd along with Steve Smith. And I'll let Steve share with you why this item was brought forward. I think he has a special way of sharing it. So let me read the proclamation for you. Whereas service to others is a hallmark of the American character, and where citizens have stepped up to meet challenges by serving their communities, and whereas citizens who give of themselves for their community provide invaluable contributions that multiplies when those they have helped reach out to assist others. And whereas The Streets Don't Love You Back was founded in 2009 by Rob and Lucinda Boyd, whose mission is to be a force of positive change and inspire others to greatness, who teach and live true to the principles of charity, honesty, integrity, courage, justice, humility, kindness, respect, loyalty to self, trust, understanding, and nonviolence. And whereas The Streets Don't Love You Back has been dedicated in providing their time and talent to a wide variety of programs such as mentoring our youth, giving away over 3,000 backpacks for our students, speaking at local schools, Christmas giveaways benefiting 1,000 children, and teaching a life skill intervention program that has benefited over 5,000 inmates in 168 different prisons across the country. Whereas the City of Maricopa wishes to recognize and acknowledge Rob and Lucinda Boyd and The Streets Don't Love You Back for their continued contribution and commitment to our community. Now, therefore, I, Nancy Smith, Mayor of the City of Maricopa, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, March 8th, 2023, as The Streets Don't Love You Back by founders Rob and Lucinda Boyd Day in the City of Maricopa, and invite our residents to join with me in congratulating and recognizing them for their efforts to encourage and guide our youth and in helping keep our community safe. As such, we wish them continued success in all future endeavors.
Well, thank you, Mayor, and our former Mayor Price is here, and Jim Irving and other folks here. While I technically nominated Rob and Lucinda for this great proclamation, it's really on behalf of the city because these two people have done amazing, amazing things in our community, not just in helping kids, but as you heard in the proclamation, over 5,000 inmates, 165 different prisons. If you don't know Rob's story, he has now an award-winning documentary out. But a man who used to run the streets in Detroit is now helping get kids off the street in Arizona and all other states across the country. So we just want to say thank you, Mayor, council members. Please, first, kindly once again give thanks to the boys. But Mayor, I also want to say thank you for this outstanding accomplishment and recognition of them. So please help once again thank the boys for all their.
First of all, I want to say thank you to the mayor and the city council. It's so many people to thank, and it's too many people to thank, and I don't want to leave anybody's name out because there's a lot of people here in this room has helped us and supported our organization through the years. And our board member is not here with us. She was on our board for 10 straight years. Beverly Broaders Green. Rest in peace. She passed in 2021. That's Snoop Dogg, legendary Snoop Dogg mother, who worked with us for a very long time. So I just want to say rest in peace, Mom. And thank you all here in Maricopa who's done supported us.
So for those of you that know us and some of you that don't, Rob and I had a lot of experiences in life that were not very pleasant. We went through a lot of hard times. He was in a city, I was out in the country, but nevertheless, you know, violence and abuse and those things are not prejudice, and they happen everywhere. I just want to read you our mission statement tonight. This is what I came up with 14 years ago, and I think this will say it all for us. It is our mission to be a force for positive change and inspire others to greatness. We will trust our dreams and be the prisoner of nothing. We will strive to continually invent the future out of our imagination rather than be victims of the past. We will live true to the principles of charity, honesty, integrity, courage, justice, humility, kindness, respect, loyalty to self, trust, knowledge, understanding, and nonviolence. We will use our personal defeats and victories unselfishly to help enrich the lives of all who cross our path by caring and affirming their unique worth, by giving what we have to give, and teaching them what we know. We will strive to educate others about the dangers of gangs violence and drug activity, and that there are many alternatives to the gang, thug, drug life. We will encourage others to rise up and believe that they can be a greater person and believe that they can achieve whatever they want in life. We will embrace and see each day not just as another day, but one filled with opportunity and excitement, as we remember the pursuit of happiness and excellence will determine the choices we make and the paths we choose to travel. We choose to make a difference in this world. Thank you to everyone who has ever supported, donated, assisted, came to a class, anything. We appreciate you. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
All right, that'll take us to the report from the mayor. Council members, do you have anything you'd like to share? Yes, Councilmember Marsh.
First, I want to say congratulations to the streets. Don't love you back. I've had a busy week, a busy couple of weeks since the last meeting. On February 21st, I met with the new president of the Chamber of Commerce, Kelly Anderson. No, not the Kelly Anderson, the other Kelly Anderson. She's a very bright young woman, and I think she's going to do great things with the Chamber. We spent an hour exchanging ideas, and I found her to be a delight. On the 22nd, I attended the Citizen Leadership Academy, along with a couple other councilmen, and I want to tell you, Quinn Conold rocks as an MC, and the Citizen Leadership Academy is back. For any of you who haven't been through it, I hardly recommend that you attend the next version of it. Currently this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm attending a Water Smart workshop up in Paradise Valley, put on by 3 state and regional organizations. There are teams from over a dozen cities there, teams of 5 or 6. The Maricopa team has 2 Maricopa City staff members, 2 global water staffers, and 1 council member, me. I'm there exploring our options for the water management section of our upcoming 2025 general plan update. And it's quite an experience working with these water experts. We also resolved that we're looking forward to a new era of collaboration between Global Water and the City of Maricopa. I've really had a good time working with them on this project. That's about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Marsh. Anyone else? Yes, Councilmember Wade.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I too want to offer congratulations to the Streets Don't Love You Back. They are an outstanding organization and have always been inspired by their giving nature and community support, community and self-support. I had an opportunity to attend the Against Abuse, the Seeds of Change gala on last Saturday. And it was wonderful. Seeing people dressed up, seeing people who hadn't seen each other for a while. It was almost like a family reunion in some cases. I think there were over 350 people in attendance. The food was good, which is good, and it was held over at the Ak-Chin Entertainment Center. I know that it's a good time, it's a fun time, it's a time for celebration, but the purpose of the organization is to support battered and abused women and children. And whenever you can make a contribution to an effort that is wholly supported by the community and it gets the understanding not only of the monetary contributions, but support also, it's a good thing. And I actually sit on the board of Against Abuse, and it is one of the best nonprofit boards that I've ever been a part of. They are so professional, so committed to the cause. And one of the things that happened during the gala is Tori Anderson, who is a saint herself when it comes to this program. She showed us a video of one of the centers, actually the center here in Maricopa. And to see how these people run the center, support the community, as well as protect the women and children that are there, because there is a need for protection. That's why no one really knows where it is, because they need to protect those innocents. But I just wanted to say thank you to those of you who attended. Thank you for your contributions. It will not go unused properly, I guarantee you that. Thank you.
Councilmember Wade. Councilmember Manfredi, would you like to say any words?
Of course, I always like to share, but I'm away right now, so I'll not do that today.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Last chance? All right. Let me share a little bit about transportation, my favorite topic, and legislation, my now second favorite topic. So there's a lot going on, and I want to make sure you know that there's important stuff going on and things happening for the benefit of our city. Last week, I traveled to Phoenix to meet with a new ADOT director, Jennifer Toth. She was just confirmed by the Senate, and I wanted to meet and discuss the transportation issues faced by our city. It was great to have also very key GRIC, Gila River Indian Community, Lieutenant Governor Monica Antone join the meeting. She and I have established a relationship and a friendship that I think will benefit both communities, and so I'm excited about that. And when she said yes, she would attend the ADOT meeting, I just thought that was fantastic. She added fantastic insight regarding the impact of these road issues on the GRIC and their first responders. I took the opportunity to thank ADOT for their recent work fixing the potholes on 347 and 238. And then we discussed how delays and accidents on State Route 347 impact both Maricopa and regional travel. That's one thing people forget about. It's not just the road to Maricopa, it's the road to California. It's the road to some Mexico locations. It's the road to Yuma. It's the road to the sand dunes. I mean, it's a very regional road, and we try to remind them of that as well. Back in January, we met with ADOT, and they agreed to do a road safety assessment to look at recent data and decide how to find low-hanging fruit fixes for State Route 347. ADOT confirmed at this meeting this past week that they will have a document ready for us to review later this month. So they said they would speed it up, and they did speed it up. It usually takes 6 to 9 months, and they did it really within a 2 to 3 month window. I'm impressed with that. They are fully supportive of the bill that I've talked about in the past meetings that fixes intersections at State Route 347 in both the cement plant and Casablanca. And so they're very supportive of that. They think we put the amount into the bill that it's going to take to basically eliminate those intersections. And the ADOT director mentioned that she expects State Route 347 widening design, which is very important, it's already funded, to move forward very soon. And this is critical to having a shovel-ready site for expansion when we find the funds for full expansion. In regards to legislation, we have 2 bills moving in the state legislature to provide funds for transportation. The first is HB 2063. It puts $13 million into improvements on State Route 238 just west of the intersection and 347. The bill passed out of Senate Transportation Committee yesterday, and we are very thankful for Representative Martinez's sponsorship and testimony on this bill. She continues to be a champion for our transportation needs, and we appreciate her tenacity. It is truly tenacity, because I've been in those meetings and watched it, and it takes great courage and great tenacity and her hard work to move these items forward. The other bill is SB 1229, sponsored by our Senator Shope, to provide intersection improvements, which I just spoke about, the $18 million, on State Route 347 north of Maricopa. It passed out of the Senate and is waiting for hearing in House Transportation Committee. We're hopeful that Representative Cook will put it on the agenda soon, as this is critical to our community, and we appreciate Senator Shope for his efforts and look forward to having this bill heard in the committee soon. The Rural Transportation Advocacy Council, which is actually a council that Councilmember Manfredi serves on, also has a bill moving through the legislative process to appropriate funds for transportation projects within the city of Maricopa. This bill is HB 2543, and it is ready for a full vote of the House. And that includes roads like the Green Road Bypass, Rancho El Dorado, Santa Cruz Wash improvements, and Phase 2 of Sonoran Desert Parkway. So a lot going on in regards to transportation and legislation. I hope you're paying attention. And if you feel strongly about them, make sure that your legislators know, because it does make a difference. Just a couple other simple things. I have to talk about Dr. Seuss. It was Dr. Seuss' birthday this past week. And I went and read to second graders and kindergartners, and I'm telling you, if you need a hug, go read to second graders and kindergartens, probably all elementary, because they will swarm you with hugs after you're done reading. It was a great experience, but I walked away with the answer still, no, I do not like green eggs and ham. And then lastly, I have to tease the chief a little bit here. I went to the Maricopa Little League opening day, myself and Chief Goodman. He threw in the first baseball, I threw in the first softball pitch, and all I can say is mine was a strike. He'll get me back, I'm sure.
He carries a gun.
That's true, I was in bounds. So that's your report from Mayor and Council, and that'll take us to the report from the City Manager. City Manager has nothing for us this evening, so that'll take us to the call to the public. I do have one speaker card. Let me share a little bit about how the call to the public works. The procedures to follow if you address the council are: council requests that you express your ideas in 3 minutes or less and refrain from any personal attacks or derogatory statements about our city employee, a fellow citizen, or anyone else, whether in the audience or not. The mayor will limit discussion whenever they deem necessary, such an action appropriate to the proper conduct of this meeting. At the conclusion of an open call to the public, individual members of the council may respond to criticism made by those who have addressed the council, may ask staff to review a matter, or may ask that a matter be put on a future agenda. However, members of the council shall not discuss or take legal action of any matter during an open call to the public unless the matter are properly noticed in discussion and legal action. So our first speaker card and only speaker card this evening is Elizabeth Howell. Please come forward.
Good evening, Council. I'm Elizabeth Howell, and I'm here on behalf of the Age-Friendly Committee to report on the Shredathon that happened last Saturday. Rich was there, and he can tell you also what happened. But we had 112 cars come through. And I left my papers home today, so I can't give you the exact figures, but most of them brought food and papers to shred. We only had about 10% that just came through with only papers to shred. We only got about 5,000 pounds of paper, which was not enough to even half fill a truck. Our biggest paper that we've shredded was like 3 years ago, before the pandemic. We got over 8,000 pounds. And so we're looking to kind of build up to that again. We did take in a lot more cash money this year than we ever have before, close to $500, and all of that went to the Maricopa Pantry. The food donation was a little over 700 pounds, and that went to MRO Food Bank. But I think it was a success. We had a lot of people there. The cadets from the Air Force ROTC from the high school came and helped dump the bins, since the people on the age-friendly committee are getting older and they can't lift those boxes any longer. The police volunteers were there keeping the roadway clear so the traffic could get by to get to Copper Sky. I appreciate Henry coming by, and Rich came and helped, and that was appreciated for both of them, that they came and supported us in this activity. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that report, Elizabeth. Would anyone else from the audience like to approach the podium?
Community member hat on. How many of you are looking forward to seeing our mayor wearing a Casa Grande jersey for 30 days? For 30 days. How many are in favor of that happening?
One meeting, I thought.
Oh, one meeting, okay. I thought it was 30 days.
No, not 30 days.
If 30
One
days
meeting.
sounded better. If you're not looking forward to that, or you would like that not to happen, you can participate in the Dancing for Our Stars activity, which is scheduled for March 25th at Ak-Chin Casino. All the proceeds go to the Sun Corridor Boys and Girls Club, and you can go to our website for the dancingforourstars.net and actually vote for me or one of the other Maricopa citizens, because this is a competition between Maricopa and Casa Grande. I don't want to see the mayor with that jersey on, although she would be ravishing with it. But at the same token, I would like to see us not do that. So if you could go to the website, vote for me, or vote for one of the other Maricopa dancers. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you what I was going to be doing. I'll be dancing for the stars with a professional dancer who has been teaching me for the last couple of weeks. And she's been doing a good job, because I have 2 left feet in this particular dance arena. But it would be great to have those votes, but it would be even greater if you came to attend the event as well. So you can actually do that on the website also. You can get tickets to the affair, you can vote for me, or you can vote for anybody else, but hopefully for me. And if you vote for me, won't be coming up here to bug you anymore, because it'll be over. But again, that's March 25th. At the Ak-Chin Casino. Thank you so much, and get that picture out of your mind. It just doesn't look good. It's bad. It's bad.
Thank you, Mr. Wade. Would anyone else like to approach the podium and speak to City Council? Seeing none, I'll close the call to the public. At this time, we'll move to consent agenda. This evening, consent agenda includes items 7.1 through 7.3. I have 0 speaker cards. Council members, do you have any questions, concerns, anything you'd like to talk about? I have a motion to move forward to approve. Do I have a second? Second by Councilmember Wade. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. At this time, that'll take us to the regular agenda. We have one regular agenda item, and that is item 8.2, appointment of 23-04, and that is in the hands of Councilmember Gettle.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I have one vacancy I'd like to fill on our Cultural Affairs and Arts Advisory Committee. Those of you who know Miss Peggy Chapados, who's here with us today, you'll know that she's not a stranger to our city. She's been deeply involved and has been a great asset helping moving things forward. A little bit about her background in case you don't know Peggy. She did serve a little bit of time as our vice mayor and city council member. During that time, she was a council liaison to the Age Friendly Committee, the P&Z Board, the Board of Adjustments, the Arts Cultural Affairs Committee at that time. Also, while she was serving with our Parks and Recreation Library Committee, she helped chair the task force that developed the formation of the Arts Committee. So we're very appreciative to have her support and love here in our city. So I'd like to recommend her for that seat, nominate her for that. Any questions or comments?
So do you have any questions?
Thank you.
I'd like to second the nomination.
Okay. Did you make the motion?
I will move to nominate.
Okay, very
Peggy
good. I
Cha-
have a motion by Councilmember Gettle, a second by Councilmember Marsh. Any further conversation? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Very good. That item passes. Congratulations, Ms. Peg Chapados. And that brings us to the end of our agenda. We do have to move into E-session. Do I have a motion to move back to E-session? So moved by Vice Mayor Vidiello and seconded by Councilmember Lehrman. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That's good because we got to do it. All right. Thank you. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thanks for staying.